Good evening and welcome to Shawnee Mission Sports. I'm Brock Burnett alongside
Ethan Brewer
and Ryan S.
We're at Shawnee Mission West High School getting ready for the Lancers of East to take on the Vikings of West.
This year the Lancers have really had a rough start, 0-6 with the new coach Lauren Lawrence. She's from the Oklahoma Sooners. She's gone to 2 Final Fours. Maybe this year will just be a builder.
The Lady Vikings have actually been doing pretty well this season. They're 4-4, and under head coach Scott Aldridge, they're actually been 2-1 in district play, beating South twice and losing to Shawnee Mission Northwest. Now let's take a look at some of the key players on the Lancers here.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for your Shawnee Mission West Vikings. Number 4, 5'5" senior, Emily Arthur. Number 11, 5'5" junior, Emma Beeson. Number 20, 5'8" senior, Emma Ann Gossler. Number 30, 5'7" junior, Alina Otis. And finally, for the Vikings, number 45, a 6-foot junior, Kinsey Long. Lancers with 6'5", Maggie Lane, J. Taylor, and head coach Lauren Lawrence. Shawnee Mission West is assisted by Tyler Harris and Kevin Dennis. The head coach of the Vikings is Scott Aldridge. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand and remove your hat and place your hand over your heart as the honored men and women of the United States military who are fighting for the freedom of this great country. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all of the families. Tonight's national anthem is being performed by your Shawnee Mission West Cadet Band.
All right, guys, welcome back. Like I said, we're here for Shawnee Mission Sports. My name is Brock Burnett, and we're going to look at a matchup here between the East Lancers and the Lady Vikings of West.
This year, East really hasn't looked that good. 0-6 with the new coach Lauren Lawrence. She's straight out of Oklahoma. She was a Sooner. She went to 2 Final Fours. Maybe this year's just a building. Almost all their starters are juniors.
As we look at the West team, we notice one very key player missing, and that's number 23, Alex Kemp. She was one of 2 posts for the team. Her and Kenzie Lowe were really, really big players, and unfortunately, Alex had a concussion and had to be removed for this game.
Kenzie Lowe is one of the key players for Shawnee Mission West right now. Some of the subs really need to step it up and get in there and score some points to make up for Alex Kemp's loss.
Really with some of the key players is Kyle Haverty for East. She's really ecstatic out on the court. She really brings it into the hole, and that's a one tip-off by West, though.
Yeah, Kyle Haverly, she's a dynamic point guard. She's actually coming off an ACL tear from last year against Shawnee Mission West. So this is probably going to be a big game for her.
Very passionate, very passionate. And another very good Lancer is the freshman Jordan Yao. She plays for the Missouri Valley Eclipse on the side. She's a very strong point guard. She can bring it up the court. She can play the small forward. She's got size. She has the 3-ball that can end somebody's game.
Yeah, and Kenzie Lowe, the one missing that layup, she's actually a 2-year letter winner. And her dad, as Brock said, is actually the Shawnee Mission West principal.
We may have commented this on earlier, but she averages 20 points a game this year.
It's very impressive. She also is averaging about 9 rebounds a game as well. We saw there Addie Arna took a drive down. Looks like the East Lancers recovered the rebound though.
Oh, East picked it back up. Number 20 there, they had the pickup. She's actually a freshman. She's a freshman guard.
Oh, getting blocked on the layup. Almost had her chance to score again. The past few games she's played, she scored 17 in her last game and then 18 in the game before that. In the preseason tournament, she was averaging 19 points a game.
Yeah, that's very impressive for a freshman, especially on varsity.
The very size difference of these teams has just really disciplined this year. East only having 1 post player and 1 power forward really just has changed the game for them.
Oh yeah, Shawnee Mission West girls, they actually have a very tall team when they're down in the paint with Kenzie Lowe and with Alex Kemp.
I think all 5 starters this year for East are juniors, so this year really has just been a building year. 0-6 after last year's very disappointing season. It's really needed to pick up lately.
There we saw number 20 Emma Van Donsler go up for a layup. Unfortunately, the ball got hit out of bounds there.
Already,
See Kenzie Lowe there, definitely using her height to her advantage.
First 2 points of the game for West, off an easy layup on the putback. Kyle Haverty kind of just dribbling up the court, looking for some space. West running a 2-3 zone tonight.
That was a long pass on the other side.
A very, very long throw from the freshman, tossing back to Kyle.
She takes that 3-pointer.
That's a 3 for Jordan. Yeah, as I said, deadly in the corner.
Very deadly. That may be a key thing for Shawnee Mission East.
West is a very physical team. We like to play in the paint. If East can somehow, change it to their favor where we are forced to play outside, I don't know how well West will be able to do tonight.
And especially with these fouls. If East keeps on fouling like this all game, there's going to be a ton of points, and they're going to fall behind really fast.
If West can really drill their free throws like right there, if they really can just make key moments happen down the post, they will probably pull this game out. She misses. Game all tied up 3-3 as she just tries to toss that back into play, knocking it off an East player. But it will go East way.
Oh, down goes Kyle Haverty.
See, she's still wearing that brace for her ACL tear last year.
She only wears that during game situations. She does not trust that leg. She definitely does not trust it this game.
This is actually a dangerous situation. Putting that ball right into Haverty's hands is really dangerous. Very smart player. She has all she needs to make a point there. Oh,
that's a big layup from Lily Flint.
Here comes Elena driving down. There's a foul. They're probably going to go to the line or pass out. There's Elena Arndt shooting for a 3 and misses.
East really just protecting the paint tonight, kind of keeping it scrunched up, as that is another missed opportunity for West as they go up by, as East is staying up by 2.
That's all East needs to do in this game. They just need to cover Shawnee Mission West and keep them from getting into the paint, because that is where the majority of their points come from.
That is a turnover for East on a travel. East really travels so much, and that is a missed layup.
And that right there is an example of the danger of having Kenzie Lowe in the paint. With Addie Arner being a great guard, being able to dribble it down quickly, pass it off to Kenzie, right into the paint, that's a really easy way for West to score points. East is going to have to be on top of that tonight if they want to keep West from scoring.
I mean, they just need to keep her in the form she's in right now. She can't even make a layup currently.
Big bang by Kenzie Lowe.
Oh, there's a 3.
And that's another 3
goes
for
in.
Jordan Yao. Knocking down 2 of her 3 shots. She honestly is deadly from the outside.
Substitution for Vikings number 10, Jamie Kennedy.
Looking at the West team this year, they honestly do just have the height advantage, much bigger than East, and really can pick up the floor when they need to.
Yeah, Shawnee Mission East is actually very impressive right now, up 8-3. And they're really keeping Shawnee Mission West out of their paint.
And there is Mackenzie Lowe's first layup of the game, finally making one, finally showing that West can come back. 3-point game, 5-8. Three minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock as East really kind of just passes around, trying to keep the game in their hands.
Fighting foul number 10, Jamie Kennedy. That's her first. Third of the team.
You know, a really big source of points for West in this game is going to be coming from Kenzie Lowe and her layups. Being able to drive right through the paint, get close to the basket where she can use her height to her advantage, that's going to be really big for West for being able to score tonight. Like we said, though, East is trying to keep her outside where she can't be able to do that.
Fighting foul number 10, Jamie Kennedy. That's her second. Fourth of the team, at the line shooting number 21, Steph Schulte.
There's number 21, Sophia. She's a sophomore, power forward. She's a good outside shooter, but she can post as well. She's actually a member of the tennis team.
And that's one free throw knocked down this.
And Elena Artis.
Turn the ball over
Kenzie
again.
Lowe. That's the danger of East, just crowding Kenzie Lowe. They had about 2 or 3 players on her right there.
I mean, as we see from the score sheet, she really just outstand in the rest of the competitions.
And there's
That's a big
Emma with
layup
the
for
layup.
And Knoxler.
West now
And there's
double teaming
Addie Arnold.
every single ball carrier.
Addie Arner right there with the steal.
Oh.
Trying to pass it to Kenzie Lowe, but a little high.
There we go. Addie Arner managed to wrestle the ball away there.
Lena Armas wanting to take a shot, but realizing she had a defender right in front of her.
Oh, driving through. Oh.
That is one thing I love about Emma. She always puts her heart into every single game, no matter what.
I mean, risking herself laying out into the benches there, without hitting him too.
If you keep an eye on on Emma, you can see every single time the ball goes out of bounds, she's always diving to try to get it back in. There's Kenzie Lowe with another layup.
Now the game's all tied up, 9-9.
So let's talk about, I think there are two big players that we're seeing emerging very early right now. On the East team, you've got Jordan Yowell, and for West, obviously, it's Kenzie Lowe. Those are two very prominent players right now. How do you think each team can utilize each player to the best of their advantage and pull out a win tonight?
If Shawnee Mission West can confuse East into getting their players off of Kenzie Lowe, she will be very dangerous in the paint, scoring all the points.
And for Jordan, if they can just get the pick and roll play running on the West zone, they really can just get her open in the corners like they've shown in this first quarter, drilling 2 out of her 3 shots. And another big key for West is keeping the big girls off the court on low. She really just needs to work harder than everybody else. As you see, she gets that inbounds play.
And there's Kenzie Lowe going into the paint, making that layup. Putting Shawnee Mission West up 11-9 with 1:25 left in the first quarter. Here's Elena Artis coming down.
Looks like that's going to be East's ball there.
Taking the ball up the court is junior Josie Clef. She's a very fast point guard. She's a great leader. Looking for college soccer. She's a starter on East varsity soccer team during the spring.
Yeah, with everything going on the court with Shawnee Mission West and Shawnee Mission East, it's actually a pretty close game. Oh, and a big
That's
block
a big
for Kenzie Lowe.
swat there.
That's just another example of Kenzie Lowe's height, not only proving useful on offense, but also on defense there.
And that's a big elbow there from Kenzie, turning the ball over, getting herself the personal foul. If East can just get West in the foul trouble in this first half, going into the second half, they can cruise this game. But at the same time, they really need to stay out of trouble as East brings back on another big girl, getting her a rest. West currently just double teaming anybody who has the ball, running a 3-2.
Right.
17 seconds left in the first quarter. Shawnee Mission West just trying to get an open shot right now.
That's a foul on the floor, and as this quarter gets over, there's a foul called at the end, 11-9.
Well, they're breaking. They're not going to give it the foul.
Did you know that the Shawnee Mission School District has an app? Connect to district news, web pages, menus, athletic calendars, and more. Find out more by visiting smsd.org and finding the mobile app link under About SMSD.
And to recap what happened last quarter, East getting a crucial on-the-floor foul, adding to this foul tally as they get the ball to start out the second quarter.
Oh, and there's a double team. There was a double team on number 5 as she was coming down the court, Kyle Haverly.
Oh, and that's stripped away. Run the floor, West. And that's a missed layup. Kenzie cannot get the rebound. East running the other way. Kyle Haverty taking it up the floor.
And that's the hustle Emma just gives off. She got there before every other Shawnee Mission West player.
Kyle with a long throw to the corner, passing it back out. It's another shot for Jordan Yao. Oh, and she breaks that one off.
I think with that ACL tear last year that Kyle Haverly had, she's doing pretty well and moving very well at this game.
She's been looking good this season after coming back this summer. Really has been picking up her game, just dishing out assists everywhere.
Yeah, she definitely wanted to be on the court tonight.
She definitely wants to finish out on the court tonight, that's for sure. And that's a big free throw, putting East within 1. She gets one more to tie it up.
Game is all tied up now, 11-11.
Another foul for East. They really need to just slow it down, keep their cool. Don't keep fouling.
And Shawnee Mission picks up the ball after going in the backcourt. Picked up by Elena and shot up. She misses. Kenji Lowe has it. And a foul.
Just showing off Kenzie's strength right there. Getting the rebound and throwing it up. Getting the foul. That's a rebound for East, is he? East already into the bonus. West looking like they're getting into foul trouble. Like I said, if West can really control their fouls and East can keep them alive.
Yeah, West is already up to 8 fouls for the first half so far.
Making the first one. Missing that second one, but still giving East that lead they haven't had since the beginning of the first quarter.
And there's Emma with that aggressiveness.
And that's another turnover, trying to get it down to Kenzie. They really just run everything out of Kenzie, and they can't just keep it out.
I was really hoping we'd see more coming from Emma Van Donsler tonight. She's a very aggressive, energetic player. I figured she'd be able to drive through the paint more and hit some more layups, but it looks like West isn't really taking any chances tonight and is just trying to get it off to Kenzie to use her height to her advantage as much as they can tonight.
Oh, yeah. There's Emma keeping up with East.
And there's Kyle. Travel on the floor.
And right there, you just saw a display of why Kyle Haverty is really a player to have an eye out for. That speed coming down the court is dangerous.
And
Even
there's a
after the
timeout by
ACL
Shawnee
tear.
Mission East.
Timeout, Shawnee Mission East is a full timeout.
Looks like the score is 15 East, 11 West. Congratulations to SM Northwest teacher Brett Mack and Oak Park Carpenter 3rd grade teacher Katie Sutton, winners of the Kansas Horizon Award. The program honors exemplary first-year teachers in Kansas who perform in a way that distinguishes them as outstanding.
Irish kick it off after that timeout. West taking it up strong.
It's
Another
passing it
turnover
inside.
for West. Another three-pointer for Jordan Yao. She is on fire. Like I said tonight, she is deadly.
Yeah, that put Shawnee Mission up 18-11.
Jordan Yowell really is the player to watch tonight. She has been explosive for East, scoring about 9 points so far.
She has half the points for East tonight.
A lot of those coming from three-pointers too. She's got a nice range.
Deadly from the side. She really can just put it up and keep East in the game.
I think avoiding foul trouble tonight is going to be really big for both teams. We just can't allow, both teams can't allow to lose small points over small fouls like that.
East already into the bonus, about to head into the double bonus. Really keeping their cool in this half, but both teams have really just been hacking and slashing the whole game. Kyle Haverty drilling that first free throw, as showing off her aggression as she gets through the paint.
That's good to put East up 20-11. And there's a big pass inside and a miss.
Low, missing it again. She really just cannot pick it up this game.
No basket there. I think West is really going to have to figure out a new strategy or something new to try and really pull off the edge here and get an advantage, because passing it off to Kenzie Lowe in the paint right now is just not seeming to do it. East has picked up on that, and they've learned how to block it pretty effectively, as we've seen.
They called the foul as Kyle dove into the girl's Achilles, about tearing her ACL.
Looks like we've got senior Addie Arner up on the line there. Oh!
Tony England getting taken out foul by foul. These ticky-tacky calls are really just not getting along with the refs right now.
Like we were both saying earlier, foul trouble is going to be really, really important in this game. Staying out of it especially.
East already into the double-double as she cannot make the first one. Finishing those clinical free throws really is going to put away this game. Maybe even fouling out two or three of their players like that happens to them every game.
They're essentially giving Shawnee Mission East points right now, as they're up 20-11.
I mean, Kenzie Lowe has really just not been able to fire up after missing that easy rebound right there. About getting stripped by Lily Flint, the junior. She puts that up, and that's another good point. Sophia Steckschulte with 4 points tonight. Sophia Steckschulte, not a very big name. She's only a sophomore, but she really has shown up as West hits a big shot there. That is another foul on Kenzie Lowe. They cannot let her foul out of this game.
Yeah, with Kenzie Lowe being a pretty key weapon in West's arsenal tonight, having her foul out would be really, really devastating.
Yeah, she's already up to 3 fouls. It's not even halftime. They're subbing her out with Emma Beeson just to save her for the second half.
Rarely ever see her come out. The paint has not been pretty for West as it usually is.
Yeah, West is normally a team that is very aggressive in the paint, that usually pays off, but tonight it just seems like they cannot connect.
The refs seem to love their whistles with those ticky-tack touch fouls. Both teams getting into foul trouble early.
Foul trouble is prevalent tonight.
Knocking down one of those breaks away the 10-point lead that East has had about all game.
Yeah, that first quarter, it looked like West was coming out pretty strong, but after that, East just came back in the second quarter and has just been running away with it.
West taking it under the basket here. Running kind of an elevator play. She puts up the three. Oh. Josie Clef falling on the floor. Sophia Steckschulte with another 2 points.
East's talent seems to be in very young players. You've got Jordan Yowell, who's a freshman. You've got Sophia, who's a sophomore. I'm seeing a very big few years in the future with a promising coach and a few promising young players. East could have a very, very great team in the future.
What Lauren knows is that these players love to shoot, and that when they do shoot, they can heat up quick, as that's a three from West in the corner. Cutting the lead back down. West definitely not trying to lose this game tonight. Tony E gonna get ran into like a truck.
Shawnee Mission East really does not want West in their area right now to score. They're trying their hardest.
East has kept it outside of 10 about the entire game, except for in the first quarter when they got down just a little bit.
East has really rebounded back from that first quarter and really come back strong. Just see if West can make some kind of comeback after the half here, but it looks like East has got a pretty solid lead on them. They've figured out how West offense seems to work. They've pretty much isolated Kenzie Lowe at this point.
Yeah, keeping her on the bench to the second half is a very big deal. West was really not picking up their free throws here.
Oh no.
Two missed free throws and the ball going the other way. Sophia Sexualty trying to get herself 10 points tonight. Another
There's
foul.
the foul. Here goes Emma to the line.
Another free throw.
West just cannot seem to hit their free throws tonight.
The fundamentals have not looked good for either team tonight. Missing layups, missing free throws. Both teams really have excelled, but not in the two easiest parts.
Sun Mission Eve 26-17 with 30 seconds left in the second half.
East has been capitalizing on these free throws, whereas West has just been missing one after another. I think that's a really big advantage East has got right now.
Oh, Emma with that hustle. That was the perfect timing to be down there.
About 10 seconds left here in the second half, or the first half.
Yeah, Deanna got it
Crossing
open.
two receivers and drawing the foul. Number 4, Addie Arner, really getting herself back into the game.
Yeah, with 8 seconds left, they need to make these and score a few points before halftime.
Very controversial call right there.
Oh yeah.
All of East won that tip call.
Shawnee Mission East is saying Shawnee Mission West tipped that out.
You know, I think halftime is going to be very crucial for the turnout of this game, especially on West's half, because in the first quarter it looked like West was going to have the upper hand, but it turned out very quickly that East had figured out their plan for offense, and East has capitalized on that. If West can turn it around in halftime, then may be a different game, but if not, East is probably going to come away with the victory here.
And at halftime, the score is 28-18.
All right, so up next we're going to have a little video featuring senior players Alex Kemp and Addie Arner, and they're going to discuss their feelings and expectations for the season here.
Leading scorers last year were probably Paige Henderson and Morgan Mock. Morgan Mock actually had the leading scorers in the entire Sunflower League, so everybody on our team is just going to have to step it up and work harder, but I think that it's going to be fine. Us to go to state again, this will be the 3rd year in a row, but I think that we have a really strong team, and I think that we can just push harder and go further than we did last year. I think that our team can improve on working together, because in basketball it's definitely a team sport. Like, everyone has to be in it all the time. So if we work together and push each other, then we will be a lot better. I'm going to show leadership by trying to make everyone feel like they are a part of the team, because in basketball everyone matters on the court, and so we have to communicate and work together.
This year we're going to focus more on team bonding and make sure everyone vibes together well, because I think that'll play over onto the court. It'll be difficult adjusting, but once we do adjust, I think we can have another successful season. Expectations for the season are hopefully we can get to state like we did the last 2 years. We can improve on the overall attitude of the team and the attitude of having to work hard, because it will pay off.
That's a big thank you to the Shawnee Mission West Advanced Video Production Department, Kelly Gill. Up next, we've got another video for you. Ryan, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
All right, so this video will be about East Pinky Swear Foundation. It is a big deal because we adopted a family of a young child who has cancer, and we'd really love for everybody to come out and show their support for him every night.
Pinky Swear just this year is rolling out a program called Playing for Pinky Swear, and it's an opportunity for student athletes to adopt what we call an all-star.
1, 2, 3, East!
We are just so excited to be here with this team and to have Pinky Swear letting Tyler be an all-star. We have been looking for a bone marrow donor so we could do a transplant for him, and we've got a match. And on January 7th, we're going to do our bone marrow transplant here at Children's Mercy Hospital, and we're both nervous and really excited. There are so many things that can go wrong. It's a very difficult procedure for the children to go through. They basically have to completely wipe out their immune system before they do the donor process, because they don't want him to reject the other person's marrow. And so he will be susceptible to so many different kinds of illnesses. And as we go for our chemo treatments, we've met other children who are already going through the process, and we have seen some of the illnesses, the scabs, the blisters they get all over their body, and it's terrifying.
Pinky Swear is a nonprofit that works in support of families that are fighting pediatric cancer, and we provide grants to them to pay for non-medical expenses, so like a mortgage payment, rent payment, car payment, gas card, food cards.
One of the moms that her son used to go to Briarwood, the school that I teach. She is one of the director for Pinky Swear of Kansas City, and she contacted me this summer and said, "Hey, we want to reach out. We want to help you. What can we do?" And at first, when she contacted me, I was just in the beginning stages and so overwhelmed. I didn't even want her help. I just wanted the whole thing to go away.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I got to the point where I said, we do need help. And I reached out, and she's like, "What can we do for you?" And, "Hey, do you want to come to one of our triathlons?" And, "Hey, do you want me to hook you up with a local team so that you can have him be an all-star?" And I immediately said, "Well, can it be East? Because it would be so cool if it could be where my former students go." And she said, "Yeah, let's hook it up." So We are just so excited to be here with this team and to have Pinky swear letting Tyler be an all-star.
He's dealing with a rough time, so it's great to put a smile on his face. I'm happy we can do that.
I feel supported, I feel excited, I feel encouraged, I feel hopeful.
It's good to have a reason to cheer and come around and just have a good time again.
Pinky Swear just helps to let them know that they're not alone in their fight, that someone is there looking after them and thinking about them, and that they're not alone.
We'd like to thank everybody at KCTV5 for letting us use this, and the Rieger family. We'd love to give a shout out to them. Jennifer Hunter too, and Will Embry.
So, how do you guys think the first half went? How do you think West performed? How do you think East performed? Just a quick overview of the first half.
I really think that East picked up their game a lot more than they have this season. Really showing up their big scorers, Jordan Yao, already having 9 points, and the sophomore Sophia Stexfeld coming out of nowhere.
It seems as though Shawnee Mission East has been, their strategy was to cover Kenzie Lowe, and that really worked with their score being 28-18. They're up 10, going well. If they keep on going like this, they might pull out a victory.
I agree with you. The neutralization of Kenzie Lowe is huge, and I think that the ability to just shut her down in the paint has been huge. Looks like we've got an interview with Nick, and we're going to throw it over to him right now.
I'm Nick Briere, and I'm your sideline host, and I'm here with Zach Witters, a varsity West player. How do you think the game is going for the girls?
It's a good game so far. I think West needs to pick it up a little in the second half. Come out with the win.
How do you think you're going to play? How do you think the guys are going to play tonight?
I'm sure it'll be a close game. It seems like it always is. But hopefully West can score more than the other team. Can score more than East.
How do you feel about not being able to play?
It's a bummer, but it's all right. My team will come out with the win.
All right. Thank you. Bringing it back to the desk.
Thanks, Nick. I really feel for Zach. It's got to be hard watching your team play without you, but I'm sure that he is cheering with them in spirit there. So it looks like the girls are warming back up here. Like we saw in the first half, East's defense has pretty much neutralized one of West's biggest threats, Kenzie Lowe.
3 fouls for her already. I mean, she really can't even get in the post to box out. She has 2 over the backs and just 1 missed block, missed time.
All right, looks like we'll be right back right after this.
Welcome back, everyone.
We're back. About to start off the second half here. See how West will perform. After that first half, they were looking strong in the first quarter, but in the second quarter they seemed to, lose their handle on it. So we'll see how they come back after halftime.
Yeah, some of the key things for the second half is they need to find a way to keep Kenzie Lowe open without fouling anyone. They need to keep her on the floor to score in the paint, and they will drive up their score points.
Both teams are in kind of treacherous territory right now with their fouls. Both teams have been fouled pretty often. and they really can't afford to do that. Not only do they risk fouling out players, but they risk giving up very valuable points.
Both teams ending the half in the double bonus with both teams having one player with 3 fouls really could kill the game for either team.
Looks like we're about to start back up here.
West bringing it up the floor to start off this half, down by 10. Oh, almost stolen by Jordan Yao, the freshman star.
Jordan Yao has just been on fire tonight. I don't think her presence on this game can be understated. She's been pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, and you have to remember, she's a freshman. She is doing outstanding on the varsity level, especially against Shawnee Mission West.
Jordan Yao plays tennis also during the fall. She also will be playing soccer this spring, so if you want to see another sport she excels at, pay attention this spring.
She is just a great athlete.
Looks like we've got Kenzie Lowe at the line here. Let's see how she does it.
West unable to connect again.
And there's Emma with that hustle.
Van Donsler is full of hustle, but unfortunately she can't make up for West's lack of accuracy tonight.
Jordan recovering that bad pass. Kyle throwing up a shot. Unable to connect, but East almost getting that ball back.
Yeah, East got a hand on it.
Out of bounds on Kyle Haverty. She's really just hustling around this half. East this game has really just kind of found a second win, starting their season 0-6 coming into this game. Where do you think a focal point is for West right now?
I think West's biggest focus right now has got to be able to perform in the paint. That's where they excel, but unfortunately tonight they've just not been able to do that. I think they got to find a way to perform in the paint.
Yeah, East is really keeping everything in the paint off limits to Shawnee Mission West. There's a timeout. And Shawnee Mission East up 28-22 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Tickets are available for SM West Performance of All Shook Up. The show will be performed at 7 p.m. on January 28th, 29th, and 30th in the West Auditorium. For more information, visit SM West's webpage, smwest.smsd.org.
And that's a free throw. It's a big charge call for East. That's another sign of East just controlling the paint tonight. West just not allowed to get off to any track as they steal the ball back and making a layup as Kyle Haverty slips.
Shawnee Mission East down on their side of the court, really consuming the time.
Oh, nice fake in. 2 free throws at the line. Katie Heiss trying that foul. Missed the first one. East really didn't do that in the first half. Hopefully they won't pick it up now. West clawing back in this quarter, making it only a 5-point game after going down at least 13 in the first half, as that's another point, putting them within 3.
Kenzie Lowe with the layup. That's kind of her specialty, is being up to get up in the paint, be physical, and do whatever it takes to score. I think that right there is just a testament to number 20, Emma's hustle. You see, even though the ball is clearly going out of bounds, she's right on top of it. She is full of energy, full of hustle. She will do whatever it takes to keep that ball in bounds, keep the game going, keep the game playing.
Tonight, East theme is SEC game day, so kind of like us, everybody's all dressed up and prepped out. What's West theme for tonight, if you know?
I think the West student theme is just to dress, as fancy, as formal as possible. I saw some people in blazers, suit jackets, I think it's kind of funny because between East student section and West student section, there are a lot of similarities tonight. I see a lot of blazers, a lot of hats.
That is a big charge call again from the refs. They have really called all contact this game.
West is 1 possession down.
1-3 could put him back in this, or even a 2. 4 minutes on the clock, 26-23. And that's another layup.
It's a 1-point game. East still up by 1, 29-28. Looks like they're slowing the ball down.
Jordan with a 3.
They're really rushing.
Cannot connect with that one.
They're really rushing Shawnee Mission East on their side of the court right now. Not letting them take their sweet time and just dribble and look around.
East looks really lethargic on the defense right now. West getting it down to low and just dominating down low. Did not see much of that first half.
I don't know what happened during halftime, but something sparked something up in Kenzie Lowe because she has been on top of her game in the second half so far.
Maybe those 3 fouls.
And Artist trying for a 3. Kenzie Lowe falling down, going for the ball.
East looks to push it up the court as she got play in the corner. Josie Clef draining the 3.
She is definitely a 3-point shooter.
As West clawing back again with the shot, putting them within 2.
West clawing back. Looks like the score is now 30-32 with East on top here.
Kyle Haverty driving the lane, dishing out, cannot find her player. She's very mad about that one.
Kyle Haverty is just a very, very dynamic player. She's got a lot of energy in her. She moves around quick. She's easy. She's quick to throw away the ball if she knows she's in trouble. She's a smart player. She's a very smart player.
Really has been slinging around this game. About 3 assists already to Jordan. And many more to come for her.
Addie Arner passing low to Kenzie Lowe, and there's a round the world rim. Tie game.
He's just looking slow on defense, but really picking up that offense. Josie Clef losing the ball.
Almost a steal. Kenzie Lowe passing to Emma. Emma passing to Addie Arner, just going out of bounds.
Not able to make it in time there and get a hand on the ball.
Don't see that very much.
It was a good hustle.
Addie Arner losing that one. Cal driving through. Popping a 3, cannot make it.
Kenzie Lowe picking it back up.
Jordan looking for the charge call. Only got a block. Her feet weren't set. They go to the line.
Looks like the Shawnee Mission East coach is really upset about that call.
If West can knock down these 2, they'll put them back ahead. They haven't had that lead since about the 4th minute in the first quarter as she makes that, putting them up by 1. That one, I don't think anybody for West has converted 2 today.
Just under a minute and a half left in the third quarter here.
They're definitely trying to burn that clock right now.
Under a minute left to go here.
Cal unable to find the rim on that one. He's really just trying to run through Kai right now, looking for assists. And that is another point for
That's her specialty.
West finally back on top after a long time of being down. That right there is exactly what East needs to stop if they want to find a victory in this game. Those kind of plays where Kenzie Lowe is just sitting there waiting to dish one out under the basket, that is her specialty. If East wants to find a way to come out on top, they need to find a way to stop that.
Yep, East right now draining the clock, waiting until the 4th quarter.
Just about 10 seconds left here.
They call a charge. Very big call. Lauren Lawrence is not happy with that one.
The coach is not happy about any of these calls. The refs are doing a pretty good job tonight, though.
And that is a double dribble. Giving, taking, giving it away, taking it away. West really just cannot hang on to it tonight.
Oh, there we go. It's the end of the third quarter. West claws back to a victory of 34-32 with 1 quarter left to play. Mark your calendar for Shawnee Mission East's production of Cinderella. The show will be performed February 11th, 12th, and 13th at the high school. Visit smeast.smsd.org for more information. Looks like West is leading here with 34, beating out East 32. Still 1 quarter left to go.
What do you two think the key parts of that third quarter were?
I think the biggest thing that went down in that third quarter was West's ability to, energize Kenzie Lowe, getting her back in the game, getting her scoring again. That was pretty huge.
That is very big for West. They really came out after a spark of energy in the half, after being very slow and kind of lethargic down in the paint, missing about every shot they took. While East right now is looking like West in the first half, unable to convert, losing the lead, which they haven't done since the first quarter.
I'm definitely seeing more hustle out of these girls since halftime.
Number 23, Emma Linscott, coming back into the game to guard Kenzie Lowe. Maybe they can get a little spark out of that. Kenzie Lowe was locked down by Emma Linscott, and that is a foul. Calling a double dribble. West ball.
If East can find that energy that they had in the second quarter, I would not count an East victory out of the possibilities here. They're really going to need to step up their defense, though, because in quarter 3, West was able to find Kenzie Lowe under the basket and, utilize her to her full potential.
Two West players colliding there.
Looks like everyone will be all right, though.
Getting blocked. That's a foul. Holding call on number 30 for West.
East back with the ball now, dribbling down.
And that's a big air ball, what a save from East.
Oh, fighting for it.
That's West ball. That's West ball. East looking strong on that play until about throwing it out of bounds.
West is really passing around that zone, trying to find an open shot.
East zone has really not been as crisp as it was in the first half. Really looking for a quick stop.
Big shot.
Addie Arner drilling that one. I think that's our first points of the game. That's 2 points for East, keeping them back in the game. 36-34 West. Maybe I can spark West as Kenzie Lowe missing that shot. East needs that to keep working out. They drive the floor.
He's trying to find a good shot here, passing around, just waiting until something breaks out for him.
East really not able to cut up that zone today.
Oh, wow. Big
Like
hit
a little
to
body
Emma.
check there. No goal, 2 free throws. Number 30 looking a little shook up after that one. Maybe she can convert these two. And making the first one. putting them up by 3.
West making those 2 free throws. They might actually be getting in a rhythm.
Looks like they are, Brock. Looks like they are. East going down by 4, which is the farthest lead that West has had all night.
I wouldn't count East out just yet, though. I mean, with Jordan Yowell with the ball, Kyle Haverty with the ball, they're both dangerous ball handlers. Who knows what they can put up? We've seen many threes out of Yowell tonight. She could easily get this game back in 1 possession really quickly here.
No
West
doubt.
about stealing the ball, getting it down to Jordan, getting in the paint. Can she convert? That's 2 shots.
Some nice hustle out there on the floor.
Emma Linscott coming in and really making a difference. Kinsey Lowe not on the floor. West really does not look that strong as she does come back on. Blocked 2 shots, and Kyle Haverty really trying to slip around her. The person she guards tonight. Whenever she gets on her man, she does not let them go.
Here's Kendall picking up the ball, passing to Emma Beeson.
Addie about losing the ball out of bounds there.
They find Kenzie Lowe under the basket. Ooh, it was not a great shot there.
Kyle Haverty running up the floor. Running right past Kenzie Lowe. Can she take it to the hoop? Charge call on Kyle Haverty. Big call. These charge calls tonight have really changed the game with some big turnovers and very key times.
Yeah, they've been very good calls by the refs. Big shout out to them right now.
That's timeout East.
The Broadmoor Bistro is taking reservations for dining guests now. The Broadmoor Bistro features the work of Shawnee Mission Culinary Arts students. Visit www.broadmoorbistro.org for more information. Coach Laura for the Lancers there, really fired up.
Taking a seat, hopefully cooling herself down. Really getting all up in the girl's face. West taking the ball under the basket.
Just a little over 4 minutes. West up 40 and East having 36.
East attempting a full court presses. West breaks it very, very crisply. That's another missed
Trying
shot
to pass
for
in the
West.
paint to Kinsey Lowe, misses.
with that point, East brings it back into a one-possession game.
40-38 West. West really has slowed down after that timeout, and that's a foul on East.
That doesn't look good.
Twisting her knee kind of awkwardly there. Did not look good. As Addie lines up for her free throws.
30, Elena Artis.
Missing that free throw.
Oh, big three for East there.
That puts them up.
12 points for Jordan Yowell tonight.
Yowell is on fire tonight.
As you can see, Emma Lynch got all fired up after that play.
Shawnee Mission West really needs to be careful with these fouls late in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes left.
East student section seems
This could
to
make or
stand
break
up.
them.
As both teams are now in the bonus, East finally taking back that lead as they try and take over from here.
A little confusion up in the with the refs.
And that's a turnover for Josie Clef, caught by Addie Arnold.
Good steal.
Travel
by Kenzie Lowe.
Really looking up for East right now as they have a 1-point lead. Timeout East.
Timeout, East. It's a 30-second timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, you are parked in the circle drive in the fire lane, even moving your cars and energy really looking total. Once again, if you are parked in the circle drive in the fire lane.
Community members are invited to view live streams of Shawnee Mission Board of Education meetings at www.smsd.org. Board meetings are held every fourth Monday of the month at 7 p.m. at McEachin Administrative Center, 7235 Antioch.
Hopefully East's little flame of threes they just had there can help them bring back this game and win. As you were saying, don't count East out of this game. This is a new spark and a new thought of play for this team. Shoot threes and make them.
That's a freshman making all those threes too.
I think there's two really big things we need to consider about East here. Whether they win or lose, they've been playing in a very impressive game. They haven't given up. Despite having an 0-6 record, they have a lot of spirit left in them. Also, look at the potential the team has. You've got a lot of young talent on that East team with years to grow. Jordan Yowell, the freshman, sinking all these threes. You've got Sophia, a sophomore, and you've just got a lot of young talent on that team that still has a lot of time to grow with a new coach. I think East can really come to their own in the following years, whether or not they win or lose tonight.
Big rebound for East after a very, very big shot by Addie Arner on the other end, putting West back up by 1. If Quincy Blair can really knock down these free throws, East might be allowed to put away this game.
And just a fun fact about Quincy Bear, her dad is actually a teacher at Shawnee Mission West High School.
Quincy Blair, another attendee of the tennis team at East. It seems like all the tennis players tonight have really just been outstanding scorers for East. Another big turnover for West. This is looking like the first half again.
Oh, she was wide open there. That could have been dangerous.
The amount of East games I go to, I have never seen the East student section get so into a varsity girls game or any game this year, as both teams have losing records. East boys only 1-5, while the East girls are 0-6, hoping.
Just about a minute left here. It really is anyone's games at this point. I mean, with a 1-point lead, East could easily lose it. At the same time, East could easily start running away with it at any second. It really is anyone's game.
There's Emily getting thrown to the ground. Called timeout.
All right, looks like the next sports broadcast we have is going to be on February 19th. It's going to be a basketball game between the North Indians and the South Raiders. The girls' game is going to be at 5:30 p.m. and the boys at 7 p.m. And that's going to be held at North High School.
Like we said at the beginning of the game, the key players for both teams have really picked it up this game, as Addie Adler and Kenzie Lowe have really shown off their potential in this half, bringing their team back, while East 2 stars have really carried the team in this quarter, really kind of bringing them back after a big loss in the third quarter.
Looks like there's a bit of regrouping out on the court right now. Got just under a minute left here. East still up by 1.
If East can really pull out this game tonight, it might be a turning point in this team's kind of whole season this year, maybe even the oncoming seasons, showing as East usually does not beat the West girls.
Yeah, and East might just want to foul them because Shawnee Mission West girls haven't been making very many free throws today.
Oh, missing another layup, and that's a foul call.
With such a close game and such little time left, fouls are going to be massive here. Something really either team can't afford to do.
And either team can't afford to miss, as both really have done this game.
Yeah, that is a killer for the West team there. Missing these free throws is crucial.
Another missed free throw for Addie Adler.
Oh,
That's a
little
jump
bit of-
ball. Cannot see the position arrow.
Shawnee
Looks like
missing
looks
the
like it's
ball.
going to East.
Big play for East right there as they get the ball with 40 seconds left on the clock.
They're probably just going to kill the clock here. For the passing game.
Mission
Might
West.
as-
Look
oh,
at
big
Uh-oh.
steal from
Kenzie
Kenzie
Lowe getting the
Lowe.
steal. And 1 for
And she
Kenzie
made the
Lowe.
layup. She's going to the line.
Big play out of West there.
That puts West up 44-43.
Showing off the strength there to be able to put that one away.
If Kenzie Lowe makes this, Shawnee Mission East has to score another point.
Oh, missing that one. West getting the rebound. Missing that shot.
This is
20 seconds left on the clock. Shawnee Mission
Josie
West
Clef
is
driving
really
down.
trying to keep East from scoring. Slipping.
And this West ball as Josie Clef slips and losing it. Oh no.
see the West student section ecstatic over that.
Both Shawnee Mission East and Shawnee Mission West are really getting to this game.
East most likely get a full court press, trying to keep them inside.
Keep watching live sports on SMTV on Time Warner Cable Channel 2, Consolidated Communications Channel 18, and AT&T UVerse Channel 99. Events are also live streamed on SMSD.org. The next game will be broadcast on February 19th. A very close game. East now finds themselves in the position that West was just a few seconds ago, being down by 1 point.
There have been some very crucial misses, as West could have about put it away there.
We were talking about this earlier in the first half, but it still remains true. One of the biggest things that are probably going to influence the outcome of tonight's game, it's all about foul trouble. Making those free throws early on can really determine the outcome of the game.
West not making theirs early on, but has really come back down in the post in the second half, really changing the game as
He's definitely going for that full court press.
they go for the foul. In the bonus with 10 seconds left. West really needing this shot to be made to go up by 2, forcing East to either make a lucky 2 or a big 3 to end the game.
She's usually a pretty good ball handler. Let's see what she can do.
Missing that first one. West really just picking up. Making one.
There it is. Now East is forced to have to make another basket in order to stay in this.
Don't rush it. Take smart shots as Jordan Yao draws in the paint, gets fouled. It's going East, or does not get fouled, loses the ball as it goes East way. 2 seconds. This timeout's called for Shawnee Mission West.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have the SM West and the SM East boys varsity basketball game. That's sure to be a great one. It's going to come in about 20 minutes after this game's over, so be sure to stay tuned. Got about 3 seconds left here. What can East do? They've got to be quick here.
East with 1 second left and losing the
That's
ball
it.
and the game.
West pulls out a nail-biting victory, 45-43.
Big game and a big loss for East. That's a heartbreaking loss, being up by at least 13 in the first half. And West bringing it down to 10, bringing it down to 2, and then going up by 1 to finish the game.
All right. It looks like we're about to throw it over to Nick here. He's got an interview with Coach Aldridge, the winning coach here.
I'm with Coach Aldridge, the varsity coach for the girls' game. How do you think they did?
We fought hard. Shawnee Mission East came out and gave us everything they got the first half and put us down, but our girls fought back and did what we needed to do to be able to pull it out, actually.
How does the future look for the girls' team?
It looks good. We're going to lose a couple seniors. One of them's out right now with a concussion, so only one senior or 2 seniors on the court. But I think, no, we're going to be pretty good. We've got Kenzie Lowe down there for another year, so I'm happy with where we're at.
What was up with Alex Kim?
She hit her head a couple weeks ago and is out with a concussion. So we hope to have her back sometime next week for our tournament.
All right, thank you. Go back to the table.
Thanks for that interview, Nick. You know, that loss of Alex Kemp was really big for the girls' team. It's kind of impressive that they were able to pull it out today, you know, even with the loss of such a big player there, big post player.
Oh yeah, the first half, it kind of looked like Shawnee Mission West was losing their vibe with Kenji Lowe not being able to score on the point in the paint. And it really just killed West the first half.
I mean, West really could not pick it up in the first half, but as that was for East, they could not end the game being up by at least 10 points. As I've said before, they could not finish the game, unable to make shots, unable to hold the ball, turnovers, turnovers, turnovers.
Those last 2 minutes were a pure nail-biter, as we see West here win it finally at 45 to East 43. Is a very close game. It was down to, you know, a lead of 1 point there in the last few minutes. Very impressive on both teams, truly. I mean, they both put out a great effort tonight. It was very close. You know, they've been fighting back against each other constantly, and I think both teams really played well tonight.
Hopefully this happens again in the next game. The boys varsity, West versus East. Maybe this will be another nail-biter.
Alrighty, thank you all for joining us. That was the girls varsity game. Stay tuned. In about 20 minutes, we're going to have the boys varsity game for you. Thanks for watching.